So today we have Kathleen and Ilya from Doctor Appliance. Welcome to the DORE Podcast. So we're going to have a bit of fun today, learn about what you do, where you come from, and share the audience, because obviously the audience that we're talking to are primarily people in business and that primarily serve the real estate market. So we thought it was great to have you on, and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, good stuff. So tell us how did you get involved in appliance repair?
Well, honestly, it was just very random. I have an IT background, and I worked in offices and in IT, and I loved working with computers. My cousin at the time, he was working in appliance repair. I had a lot of complaints about an office job, and it was, same people every day. It was in IT business. It's very hard. It's very you have a lot of responsibility, and if you're not doing something, you're the first, the fault falls on you right away. And a cousin of mine said, listen, you're stressing a lot about this job. Why don't you come with me and we'll start doing that? So that was 10 years ago, and that's how, basically, long story short, I started my career in the appliance repair business.
Wow.
I was in Toronto.
Okay.
One thing led to another, and we came to Ottawa to start a branch.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. So you started off did you start off as a technician or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I started off as a technician with my cousin at the time. A lot of people told me don't mix business and family together.
Yeah.
So fast enough, we recognized that we need to part ways.
Mm.
And I was missing, again, providing that good service that I wanted to do. I wanted to work on my terms and to provide the service that I feel like I'm providing today. And I wasn't able to do it there.
Okay.
So that's where I came into the picture and started learning about appliance repair, because
Did you start in Toronto as well? Or?
No. I'm from Ottawa. We met here in Ottawa. And then I was seeing that he needed a business, and I was in marketing doing different type of marketing. But I was like, you know what? I can learn search engine optimization. I can learn SEO. I can learn how to build a website, and we'll take a portion of the Ottawa market.
Mm.
So 6 years later, now I built Doctor Appliance as my guinea pig, and now I service local service businesses all over the world that want to be found on Google. That's what I do, and I complement Ilya. So that's how we got started.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just started with a website.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, website and wanting to do the work, right?
And wanting to provide again.
So Doctor Appliance, is that you, or is that a branch from Toronto?
That was a different company.
Okay.
And after that, we parted ways.
Okay.
This
is independent. It's not. It's not a branch or.
No.
Okay.
It's us.
Okay, it's you.
Now we do have a branch in Halifax, and we plan on spreading to other cities in Canada.
Through Doctor Appliance?
Yes.
Oh, good for you.
We're making websites.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, good. Yeah, with websites, there's no boundaries, right?
Anywhere that, based on what I do, is I do keyword research, seeing where is there low competition? Where can I go? Where can I make a website that will just grow organically?
Mm-hmm.
And Halifax was a few years ago, and now we have a technician full-time pretty much out there.
Okay. Smart. I wasn't expecting that. That's awesome. I love entrepreneurs, right? So this is great. I always like to learn, where people came from, what ideas they put in place, and it's nice to have, the chemistry of being able to complement each other's strengths. So good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. Yeah, it seems like you're off to a good start, and you just don't know where it can lead, right? So
yep.
Exactly.
Good stuff. So how many people do you have that on the road in Ottawa doing work right now?
I think we're 5, right?
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
And then,
5.
Of course, our office manager, Cheryl, that takes care of all the incoming.
That we deal with all the time, yeah.
She's the phone. She's going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just telling us before the call, before the video, that we keep you a bit busy.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Again, today appliances, they're not like they used to be before.
Yeah, we just worry that at some point they'll become disposable. That's the sad part, right? When it's the short-lived, you want to make sure they just don't become disposable too quickly.
I don't think it will be,
because that wouldn't be great for everything.
I
right?
don't think it will be.
Yeah.
No, they won't be able to do that.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Because the main components, main parts have not changed for like 20 years or so. So
right.
It's just everything around it, the bells and whistles that they add to sell a new feature.
Interesting.
But that feature is nothing more than telling you that it's a nice feature. But
right. Does it keep my food cold or wash my dishes?
Exactly. So when you mix hot water with cold, it makes it warm, but you have 6 other cycles of top cold and this cold. It's just a gimmick. It's nothing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Interesting. Like I know for us, I mean, we've been property management for 25 years, and certain suppliers of appliances have been tougher to get serviced. So obviously, sometimes you get new brands coming in and whichever. And all of a sudden, you didn't have anybody to service them. So it could be great. They were sold at a big box store, but then they were problematic and nobody would service it. So the problem with us, obviously, for our landlord clients would be, well, no, I just bought this 3 years ago, but we couldn't find anybody locally to fix them. So on that note, which brands do you guys cover? Or do you have like any brands you specifically cover, or it's across the board?
We cover all of the brands, and it does happen often that somebody would call us and say, hey, I have some European brand, some Milano brand or whatever that we never heard about it. But if I can find the supplier who sources the appliances, they will have a part department that will provide me with the part.
Sure.
So I never say no. Like if somebody is stuck in that specific situation, there are ways to go around it. It's from the beginning, I don't understand why people get into that situation to buy those appliances. Like, I don't understand what's the thought process behind buying something and not thinking about the service of it in the future.
Yeah. I think most people, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think most consumers, when they buy a piece of appliances, they don't think it's going to break.
No.
They think they're going to buy an appliance and it'll never be faulty, right? And I think, and obviously, as you were just alluding to, they put bells and whistles, but sometimes the bells and whistles are the things that break, right? Exactly. And then they put more electronics in it and so on. And then our experience, and maybe, and it's interesting that you say that you'll service essentially any brand, and it speaks to the fact that, that perhaps where you started, you've been in the business, 10 years, it's, in hindsight, it's great, but it's not, you haven't been 4 decades in the business, because I think the people who've been in it for so long, they see the new stuff and they don't want to touch it. So so in some cases, it was tough for us to find appliance technicians that would actually service the newer stuff. So clearly for you, that's a big advantage to not completely cross off certain brands that become problematic, and that sometimes, if it's not within the wheelhouse of that technician that's been servicing appliances 30 years, then they don't want to learn it.
Right. Ilya and his team, they love a challenge. Like they love actually taking everything apart, doing as much research as possible. Like they don't stop until they really find a solution. His group of technicians, they're very thorough. They love to research. They're always finding on their phones, reading schematics or looking at solutions. It's a different generation of appliance repair technician.
Well, that I wanted to highlight that, because for anybody listening in that has experience, I can tell you that is not common, right? So that's a huge advantage that you bring to the table in comparison to others that we've dealt with over the years. So I want to make sure anybody that listens to this understands that that's a huge benefit. So
it's a benefit. It's a blessing and a curse, because finding technicians
to do that
or to train somebody who it's.
No, I know. Well, that's exactly it. So it's exactly it. So that's why we've had technicians that we would use for years and years and years. Then they get a certain brand that I don't want to name, but then all of a sudden they didn't know how to service it or where to get the parts or who the suppliers were or whichever, so they wouldn't touch it. But if we're if we manage a property that has that brand inside, we have a responsibility to find somebody to do it.
Right.
So it's always problematic. So obviously, as much as it's an issue in finding technicians to go through those headaches, just be aware that's a huge advantage in the marketplace. So just want to point that out.
Maybe he won't agree, maybe he will to an extent, but when he's hiring a new technician, or when we're looking at hiring a new technician, sometimes it's good to hire somebody who doesn't necessarily have the experience so that he can mold them to be agile, to do the research, to learn from him and his team, instead of somebody who's coming in through the business with their own, like, I don't want to say bad habits, but like work.
Well, I think sometimes limited knowledge, or
that they're not willing to learn. So it's really, we try to give opportunities to people who necessarily didn't work in appliance repair. Maybe they did electrical engineering. Like, there's a lot of other domains.
It's a great point.
If they're handy, and they want to work.
That's right. Yeah, finding those solutions. Yeah, exactly.
Like, the knowledge is there.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can if you can open Google and, you know, put the keywords there to find what you need. Yeah. You will find what you need. Yeah.
But you need the people who want to do it. Exactly. Yeah. So I think, and I think I want to highlight that again, because I can tell you our experience has not been that with a lot of technicians. It's been very limited. So I just want to make sure, as a consumer of services of your type of business, it's uncommon for us to hear somebody that would say they would go the extra mile and try to find that. So if you do the SEO, here's another tidbit to try to really make yourself shine, right? So,
and not only when you said the extra mile, we also literally can go the extra mile. Yeah. We go far.
Yeah, because obviously we know we're in Ottawa. Obviously, and we service, as property management, we service the Ottawa area. But obviously you mentioned now an office in Halifax. So, but in this area, like what's the
in the National Capital Region, we go all the way east as to Castleman, if not Van Cleek Hill. You've gone out there to north. He's gone all the way to Lac Bouchette.
Oh my gosh!
So again,
that's
in Bouchette, it's like 2.5 hour drive, right? Yes, I'm not going there every day.
No.
But a customer called with a built-in $20,000 refrigerator, and he's telling me that he called everybody around and nobody is willing to go. How can you say no?
Yeah. A lot do. So I'm just saying, again, I want to make sure if there anybody paying attention. No, but I mean, it's uncommon. So obviously, this is what I love about these podcasts. These are not scripted. I didn't know you were going to say that. I didn't know that about you, but I want to make sure that anybody who listens to this understands, because that's a big advantage. I'm telling you from a consumer standpoint. Yeah.
So all the way out there, and of course we have a technician in Gatineau that does Chelsea, Wakefield, Maison-Langer, and then we go all the way west to Carleton Place and beyond, Kemptville, coming this way, Kemptville, Winchester, even Brockville.
Okay. Wow.
And those areas are more or less like daily areas.
Yes, I would suspect there's more population there, so there's a bigger,
Exactly. So
because the population of Brockville, I think, is the same as, say, Orleans. I think it's like $100,000.
Yeah,
it's growing.
And there was,
it's right off the 401.
There was no really other appliance repair companies, so that's where I do my research, and I see like, they're looking for fridge repair there a lot, like 1,000 hits a month. So like, okay, let's build a page for Brockville. And at first he's like, okay, I'm gonna go, and then Cheryl's like, no, he can't go.
Yeah, because there's only how far you can go, right?
And what also makes us really special with Cheryl being our office manager, she really takes the time to position the guys their day based on where they live. So like our technician in Gatineau, we try to keep him in Gatineau downtown. Ilya's in the East End, so we try to keep him in the East End, and then we just hired a new guy to take over like the West, to go out to Kemptville and to Carleton Place, so we really make our technicians happy by not having them drive like Orleans, Canada, Stittsville, Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, because then it's not efficient.
No,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not efficient. How do you? And then you're stuck with traffic, and how do you?
And that's another point why the other companies that's how they work.
That's right.
So there could be two technicians in Rockland, and both of them can go to Kanata after,
exactly.
Because one can do dishwasher, but can't do an oven.
Exactly. No, I know. And I mean, obviously, anybody who lives in this area understands that you can be in the middle of the day without any rhyme or reason, and you're bumper to bumper, right? People in Toronto say we have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
You would know.
For one will do.
Yeah, he likes driving from Rockland to Stittsville. I was like, I wouldn't do that. But he's like,
because I was doing 401.
Yeah, exactly.
He loves it. He loves to drive.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I love doing what I'm doing. Is I like all the aspects of it. Just talking to people, learning from them, seeing nice areas, seeing nice houses, seeing different conversations. It's engaging.
Absolutely.
It's fun.
Yeah, you seem both like you're very people person, right? So it's it's fun to engage and take that, and obviously trying to get opportunities from what you're seeing, and then being able to service it is pretty awesome. It makes for a good team. Good for you guys.
I try to go on the road with him. I want to also talk to people, and I like seeing like when I can be behind the scenes, but I do like going into the house and hearing like what the client is saying about the stove and like what they did, or just like I appreciate that too, to learn more about the customer journey from being in the house with them, and I learn more, and it's
which is another thing that nobody else does.
Of course, no, and that's a big I mean, from an SEO standpoint, obviously certain strategies, but when you understand the friction points from the clients, then you're better able to engage and find solutions and use keywords that people will use. So that's fantastic, because they're very complementary roles that
usually the SEO person is like, far away and far removed, but like this is also my business. So I want to know what's going on, and it's nice to get out from behind the computer and into the real world,
Yeah, but it's true though. But it's true though, because but then you get to see exactly what it is. So when you're engaging or creating content or whichever, then obviously you can understand the real friction points.
Totally.
So good for you guys. That's awesome. So we noticed that you have blogs and appliance tips on your website. So tell us a bit more about. Now I understand, because I understand your role. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. So tell us about that. Like what the blogs are. What's the purpose? Like what's the
we really just want to actually give resourceful information to Ottawa landlords, property managers, tenants, like everybody, of like what to do, how to treat an appliance, what to do before calling a technician. We just try to like give helpful tips about how to avoid a repair, and then how to like actually maintain your appliance so that it does have an expanded lifespan.
Interesting. And is that you get a lot of engagement on that? Like, do people, or is it really, because a lot of times blogs, they're created, they're great, they add traffic to the website if there's more, but you always wonder if the end consumer actually uses them, or can you see that? Or
some of the blog posts are like high performing pages. I also just like from the blog posts, I create our social media posts from them. So I just don't want to just like, oh, you need a washer repair, call us. I want to add like more value to the content. And try to add like important tips that I learned from being on the road with him, or he comes back home to tell me. One big one that a lot of people do is the self-cleaning.
Oh, right.
Which for landlords, we also work with a lot of property managers, and I have never seen that there will be some kind of note that's saying, do not do this.
Do not do what?
The self-cleaning on an oven.
Okay.
Because honestly...
Do not do it?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because it would preheat to 800 Fahrenheit for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And just do damage to the electronics, to the stove. Once or twice, that's it. And then you're basically looking at switching an oven for a brand new oven, or you're getting it fixed.
Interesting.
Which electronic control boards on those devices are very expensive. And to consider that every oven, stove, it's 2 appliances in one, because you have the cooktop, which is completely separate from the oven. So if you damage one of them,
you have to replace all of it. Yeah. it's interesting because in the past when we would have issues, oftentimes say with self-cleaning ovens, was the fact that they were not being used, and then when they were trying to use it, they were so clogged up it couldn't function. So in many cases, we just say, like, if anybody you're buying, like, if you have a typical rental property, like a property where you expect to have tenants in it, then typically we would suggest not to put that, because obviously first of all, it's an additional cost. Yeah. And our understanding, and obviously perhaps you can tell me if I'm wrong, my understanding is that it had to be used regularly in order to make sure it would stay functional. Because if you didn't use it, then it would clog up and it didn't work, and then it was problematic. But you're saying, yeah.
That's not the case. No, that's not the case.
So we're in agreement that there shouldn't be any self-cleaning ovens.
There should not.
No.
And a lot of high-end manufacturers, even gas ones, they do not have those functions.
Okay.
They simply do not have self-cleaning options because they know. Although those appliances would be more sustainable for self-cleaning because there's no electronics, because it's gas on the top.
Of course, yeah.
But regardless,
interesting.
It's just a lot of heat that generates from those elements. It's 800 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
The best example I give to my clients is if you go and turn on your barbecue outside for 800, cranking up to the max, leave it for 4 hours. If it was black, when you come back,
the paint is all peeled off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can you imagine what happens in your oven? There's nowhere for the heat to escape.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
It's this notion too that manufacturers don't want it to last. It's interesting. Not all of them.
No, I understand. No, we're just having a chat, right? But the one of the things though that I when people talk about appliances and the fact that they don't make them like they used to, we all say that because it's true.
It's true.
But one of the things though that we have to recognize the fact that in many cases appliance inflation has not been there for a lot of decades. So they would cheapen it up, but the actual oven would not really be more expensive. So they do the bells and whistles, as you're suggesting, and they'll put, now they have stainless steel plates and they have this and that, but really the guts of it, right? A lot of times is the same, but the appliance inflation has not gone up the same way as houses or whichever in many cases. So it's true they have to cut because their costs go up as well, right?
Right.
So they'll manufacture, they'll put plastic parts instead of metal parts, and then so that has been our experience as well, where they cheapen the machine up, but the price doesn't go up. So we have to recognize in many cases that it hasn't really gone up in price significantly, right? Until now.
For the past, let's say 2 months, I've seen there's a washing machine that I recommend, as an entry-level washing machine. It's an Amana. It used to be a $950 washing machine. When I checked it today, it was already $1,250.
Okay, well, that's a big
jump for a simple, for a simple washing machine.
Yeah.
Now,
wow,
it's getting, everything is
top
getting
load.
Up. No top.
Okay,
if we're talking about recommendations of appliances, I would stay away from anything that is top load today, because
for what reason?
Main reason. All the drums today are suspended from the top, as before with the old washing machines, Kenmore's, they used to be suspended from the chassis, from the whole frame of the washing machine held the drum.
Okay.
Now when it's suspended from the top, it gets unbalanced very often. It shakes. And it breaks. It's not good. It's
the clothes don't get agitated. They don't move.
Right.
The clothes just stay.
And the number 2 reason is it does not have an agitator.
Right.
So the agitator moves clothes.
Now before, the old machines, they had that big thing that would move it. Now it's like, how is this thing cleaning clothes?
Exactly. So that's called a wash plate.
Yeah.
I call them today clothes refreshers, and not clothes washers. If you want a washing machine, it has to be a front load washing machine today.
Yeah. And do all the front load machines now, do you still need to keep the door open when you're not using it? Yeah.
All of them.
Because I've seen units where they say, no, you can clean it, you can close it. And then we have one at home, and I told my wife, I'm like, nah, keep it open always, because you get not just that, you get the musk. Yeah, exactly. So
it needs to breathe, it needs to dry out.
That's right. It needs to be, because it's interesting. I used to be, many years ago, I used to be in that industry, not from a service perspective, but from a sales perspective. So so I understand, not as new the technology today, but I can sense it both ways. So interesting. And you guys service commercial machines?
No, we do not service commercial, but we have partnerships with property managers all throughout Ottawa. Yourselves, CCOC, OCH. We're able to take on a lot of more work throughout the city because of the techs on the road being efficient.
Yep.
So not commercial, but property managers are happy to help.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. And what somebody who has appliances at home, is there anything you recommend in terms of maintaining them, making sure that they prolong, or having, certain things that they see? So, we always say the dishwasher, it's a dishwasher. It's not a dish scrubber. It's not meant to put all your, you should try to, get most of the food off your plate before. So, any tips there, say for dishwashers, or we'll just go through appliances?
Let's just go back. I'll just cover the oven. Don't use the self-cleaning option, but use just baking soda, vinegar, water
to clean it. Okay.
You stick to the basics.
So say that again. You say baking soda,
vinegar, water,
mixed together as a cleaning agent.
You can mix it.
Interesting.
Or usually you would spread the baking soda. If it's really greasy, the baking soda will stick to it.
Okay.
And then you just go and spray a spraying bottle with vinegar, and it goes.
Is that right? So as opposed to a cup oven cleaner.
No chemicals where you put your food.
Yeah.
Okay. No oven, no dishwasher. Don't put chemicals where you put your food.
Yeah.
Vinegar is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Same thing for a dishwasher. Beside the filter that you're supposed to clean every couple washes, I suggest to add vinegar to the cycle. Now, the right way to do it, it's to wait for the dishwasher to start the wash cycle.
Okay.
Because the first thing any dishwasher will do is drain all the water out. So you don't want to put it right in the beginning. It's just going to be drained.
Okay.
You want to hear how it starts filling up. And this time you can interrupt and put a glass of white normal vinegar inside the tub of the dishwasher.
Inside the tub, like the bottom?
Just pour it in.
Oh, just throw it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Click resume. It will continue filling up with water, and your first rinse will be with vinegar. So it will sanitize your dishes, the hose, everything, all the components there, white vinegar.
Okay.
And it will be gone throughout the cycle because it will pre-rinse, wash, rinse again. Dry.
Interesting. So you wait until the wash cycle starts. You interrupt it, throw a glass of white vinegar.
Yeah, white normal vinegar.
Yeah, and then restart it.
Yeah. Resume
and resume resume exactly. Not restart, then it defeats the purpose. But and how many times do you suggest doing that?
So at my household, the dishwasher now runs about 3 times a day.
Okay. Let's say per use per cycle.
So I would say once a week it would be a good thing to do. It's good.
Okay, interesting. Oh, that's awesome. And what about so washing machines? We talked about front load laundry and making sure that the door is open.
Same thing for the top load. If you still have the top load, keep it open. It always has to be aerate.
And dryers.
As long as your duct is not going throughout the whole house, just do duct cleaning often. My suggestion is every 2-3 years, either way you're doing duct cleaning for your whole house, ask them to include that one extra vent, which will be way cheaper than you calling them specifically just for that vent.
Yeah.
To keep that clean. If that exhaust vent is clean and you clean your lint filter every single use, they are forever.
Yeah, so as long, and you got to obviously empty the lint filter
Yes.
every time,
Every
and then
single
obviously because it's then if it doesn't help with your clogging, obviously.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and apart from those appliances, I guess microwaves. There's not a lot of servicing nowadays on microwaves. A lot of times it'd be as expensive to fix it to just replace them in many cases, unless they're high end or
built-in.
When it comes to microwaves, of course, the ones that go over the range with the exhaust fan are more expensive, and in some cases it's worth repairing.
Yep.
Or if we're talking about high end like Genairs, when we're talking about $3,000-$4,000 appliances, it's definitely worth fixing it.
Of course.
When you have a $600 unit and the main part is $600, then obviously it's not really.
Yeah.
So about those microwaves that are above the range, I do not recommend those units. So if your unit is having malfunction, not working anymore, do not replace it with another microwave. Get a hood fan.
A hood fan instead, yeah.
Simple reason, but that 90% of the cases that I see, the distance between the microwave and the range is so small that if you put a pot, you're basically cooking the microwave while you're using it. The stove. So the steam will never get exhausted properly.
There's certain guidelines that they're supposed to respect, but then who knows, eh? So we've covered, range, microwave over the range, stoves, cooktops, obviously it's the same thing, washer, dryer, anything else?
Induction. Induction units, which are coming up right now, like more and more and more. And I see the same, again, errors that cause very big damage on those units. Two main things. When you're cooking with induction, it's a magnet. Before you remove your pot, you have to turn off the element.
Okay.
Because when you disengage it by moving the pot from that magnet, it's like going 100 kilometers an hour to a wall, right? Basically the same thing.
Okay.
It doesn't disengage properly as you would.
And I'm assuming you'll lose some of what's in your pot too at the same time.
Maybe. So if you just move it around, that's really not good. And the second tip is not to use the power boost option, the maximum power, basically.
Okay.
Because induction compared to a halogen, the normal elements will be 1,000 times quick, so much faster. But when you use it on the maximum, it's again the same thing as like self-cleaning. It's a lot of energy that now passes through all the electronics.
Okay.
It would be still fast enough if you do it at 8.
Okay.
Or at 9.
Okay.
It's still gonna be 3 minutes instead of 250.
Yeah.
Fast enough.
Okay.
Just less strain on the electronics on the whole cooktop.
Interesting.
So that's another tip.
Oh, that's great. This is great. Is there anything else we should have covered? I sense that I want to extract as much value for people listening.
Maybe refrigerators.
Yeah. Right.
The ice maker.
Yeah.
Good one. Thank you.
Yeah. Almost thinks that she knows what she's talking about.
If you have pets,
Oh,
you should move your fridge at least every 6 months.
Okay.
To vacuum around it and behind it. If you have pets.
Okay.
If you don't have pets, once a year should be done.
Okay.
A lot of people just put it there, and when I'm pulling the fridge for service, the first thing they tell me, "Oh, I'm afraid to see what's behind there."
Because it never moved. Yes.
And you shouldn't be afraid to see what's behind it.
Something I can see why, but I think most people would be afraid.
Yes. And when it comes to ice makers, those devices, they need to work. So meaning if you let it fill up and you don't use the ice, and it's mechanically prevents it to work, like for the sensor, it's just gonna ruin the ice maker.
Is that right?
Empty the ice. Let it work 24/7.
It will
work longer and better than...
So say that again. Okay, so you have an ice maker. It fills up.
Yeah.
And instead of
ice.
You just use the ice.
Or just dump it. And like at night, make sure that the ice maker always creates fresh ice.
Okay.
And you don't want an ice that was sitting in the freezer for 3-4 days.
Yeah, no. I see what you
want
mean.
a fresh ice.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good
Let
point. Actually, I wouldn't have thought of that. Actually, yeah.
A lot of people call for ice maker repair.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, you would know. You get the, and you would know because you get the calls. No, that's great. This is great. This is a great conversation. I wasn't expecting to go that deep, so good for you guys. That's awesome. And I mean, one of the things I wanted to highlight also, which I always like to do, is on your website, you got 5-star reviews, like 830 reviews.
Yeah.
Not a lot of small companies have that. So good on you. Good for you guys. So I guess
a lot of people think it's fake.
Yeah.
It's not fake.
Yeah.
Don't buy fake reviews. Don't
Never.
buy reviews.
No, should never.
Like, don't ever do that.
Yeah.
No, we literally the guys. They have cards.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, clients just they have such a good experience.
Right.
With the technicians are honest. If it's not worth repairing, if it's not economical to change, to replace a part, to prolong the life, they'll say so.
Yeah. Yeah. And then people, I mean, I think people, when they get the right service, they're treating well from the beginning to the end. And if not, you kind of want them to tell you anyway, so you can react.
In the case that there are somebody who's, some technician, somebody makes, we're all human, we all make mistakes. I feel it's again how we go about that mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I make mistakes sometimes, it's so no problem, we'll fix it. Money back, no problem. The customer needs to be happy in the end of the day, one way or another. And they will call me back again, and that's how I feel, good about myself, providing good service.
Yeah.
A lot of the time we describe the company to be 100% customer satisfaction. And I feel so tacky saying that because everybody says it, but we really mean it.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, you won't pay.
Yeah.
We will refund you.
Yeah.
We just want you to be happy. We want to fix the problem and make you happy. We want to make your day better than it was before, So if you can't fix it, even if he tried 3 times to go there, he'll refund the money.
Yeah.
That's rare. Nobody.
It's very rare, and I recognize the fact that you both are recognizing that this business is not a transaction; it's a relationship. Right. Because if you treat them well, then like you said, if they have another issue, their neighbor, somebody they know, they'll refer you. They'll happily do it because they want somebody else to have that same experience. So recognizing that you're in a relationship business more so than just transactional is a huge benefit. And obviously, you don't garner, we're in the business also. We've got several businesses with Google reviews, and we understand we're the same way. I would never want fake reviews. I don't want people putting fake stuff. Put the real deal, and sometimes if it's not the right message, then it's fine. It alerts us. So
sometimes we joke we should get some bad reviews, and there's one there and it's a real we actually explained what happened. I think the technician was late. The client was upset, but the technician called to say he was going to be late. We're very
and that happens.
And I think in this case, and of course, no technician is fixing an appliance without the consent of the client. So if the client's not happy with the price, they can say no.
The
technician will leave. So nobody's doing the work before agreeing on the price.
No, I think, and that speaks volumes. And it just, and you can't win them all.
Exactly.
Obviously, you can't win them all. And sometimes for us, we've had the same experience when we started, gathering Google reviews at some point where everything was so good that sometimes people thought, you're buying. No, I would never want that. Right? Just I'd rather have less, but have the real ones than play. And then people know. People aren't stupid, right? So
we're in a marathon. We're not in a it's a long race here.
Yes.
I want to live something to my daughter, maybe. Something. Not just to make quick money.
Good for you.
It's not about that.
Yeah, good for you.
We really, when we started this business, we really wanted to create a brand.
Right.
It wasn't just about fixing appliances. It was really about becoming a household name that people could trust in Ottawa, So now we are a keyword. People look for Doctor Appliance. Our competitors pay Google ads for our keyword to be on top of us, So we're a brand. That really believes in quality service. And even, you know what a lot of people say, why they're happy to leave a review is that we answer the phone.
Right. Right.
Or return a phone call, you know?
Imagine.
A lot of other companies just don't answer the phone.
Imagine.
We have a dedicated person to that's her, and she loves it. She thrives in it. She's the right person for that job, and she loves it.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, people sense that.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Obviously, they sense that, so...
A lot of customers think that Cheryl is my wife.
So that's
your wife? Why
yeah.
the phone? Like,
No.
She's like our mom.
Okay. That can get a bit weird. Yeah. And so now you have some business in Halifax. So what's next for you guys?
I mean, I'm always pushing him. He's always telling me to stop. We actually traveled for 2 years living in an RV. We sold our property in Blackburn Hamlet. We bought an RV and we traveled like throughout Florida, Texas for 2 years. We were not here. He was supporting the team from afar. That was an interesting part. But so when we were in Texas, we developed an Austin website.
Okay.
So maybe it's
a
there.
Lot of in Eastern Canada also. We
like Canada, even though we traveled in the U.S. all that time, like I wanted my daughter to go to French school. I wanted to speak French. I wanted to be back in Ottawa, and be back in Canada. So I think we will focus more on Canada. Yeah. Definitely.
But good for you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing the journey.
Wherever it takes us,
Yeah, exactly. Well, you seem to have the right mix. No, but it's true. I mean, listen, I'm not just saying that. I mean, there's two components there that are very important. One can be very good, but the other one just accelerates it. Mm-hmm. Like you do really good SEO, but if the service is not good, the SEO will just go so far. Yeah. And if you do really good service, but nobody knows you exist, then you're limited, right? So no,
that's a frustrating thing from your end. If somebody is getting the calls and there's nobody to answer them.
Yeah.
And that's usually the case when you're starting a business. It is just you. It was Ilya just answering the calls and working and driving and doing everything in this little headpiece.
Yeah. Of course, on the ear, right?
Yeah.
The Bluetooth.
Like,
we've all done that.
I'm like, we gotta hire somebody.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I can't hire anybody. There's nobody that can do this job. Only I can do this job.
Well, because it's very important.
I love it.
Because when a phone call rings. First of all, I'm the technician, so at this point, I was giving also like advice on the phone. I knew kind of,
and you were actually like, no, it's not worth repairing. Like he would just tell them right, like I'm not even going to collect a service call. Just like don't do it, don't bother. And that was how we started. That was our model before. Was like speak directly to a technician.
Yep.
But then, we got busier. COVID really, people were cooking. So he got really busy. And then, so I put out a job application for a secretary, office manager. I got 400 resumes.
Wow.
What am I going to do?
It's a sorting of that.
And then Cheryl, she called.
Okay.
And she's like, sorry, I don't speak French, but I worked at the
part store.
Brick, and she knew appliances.
Okay.
We didn't even meet her. We talked to her remote. Friday, Monday she started.
Okay. Wow.
And now it's been
good for you.
To be.
Yeah, it's awesome.
To be.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll take those wins when you can.
Yeah, well, she's a good part of our team, definitely. You need the support. You can't do it all alone. You really need a team.
Good for you guys. That's awesome. I'm sincerely looking forward to seeing where you guys are going to go.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for coming on to the podcast, the DORE Podcast. I mean, we're always looking to talk to people like you, entrepreneurs that are servicing primarily the real estate business, and clearly you fit that mold. And Shelley was saying, we should get we should get these people on. They seem good, and so on. So I'm glad you accepted. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Perfect. Thank you.